Good afternoon. So I'm back to work this week, which means that I'm not going to be in the garden as much. So what I'm planning on doing is just recording little jobs that I do. The weather's glorious at the moment and the sunset isn't until like 8 o'clock, which means I do a lot of watering in the evenings if it doesn't rain during the day, and probably about 4 or 5 o'clock, well, after I finish work. So this hedge is technically all ours. It's really, really long. And at the bottom you can see various plants. Dandelions over here, which we don't want flowering. The really important thing when you are gardening and you're looking at a garden and you're trying to control weeds is anything that's flowering that you don't want, you need to remove. So I've seen these spotted today that these are all flowering. I've been putting off removing them, but I really today will. And ideally what you want to do is make sure not only the flowers are removed but the actual whole plant. If you can dig it up, that's good, but a lot of these are in like the tarmac, so you're not going to be able to get the whole root up, but if you're persistent enough over time you'll get rid of them eventually. So I'm just going to go along here and get rid of all these kind of plants that I don't want while they're flowering, so that they don't set seed. That's what you're trying to avoid, because most weeds, the thing that they're good at is setting a lot of seeds. We learn about them at school, but they're called R strategists. It basically means that they produce lots and lots of seeds really, really quickly, boom or bust kind of scenario, and that makes them a weed because you get so many of them. When you don't, if there was only one of them, you'd be like, oh, that's really amazing, but because they produce so many seeds, they're annoying. So I'm going to go along here, remove them, and I'll show you my bucket once I've filled it, hopefully. I am rejoicing because not only did I pull this up, but look at the root on that. Normally I don't get the roots in, so I'm really proud of that one. Rejoice. It's about 5-10 minutes work and we have a truck full. Perfect. One job down. Here are my favourite crustaceans in the world. I've got an allergy to crustaceans, but these are my favourites. Wood lice. When I was little, I used to try and keep all wood lice like these in pots. Nowadays, I think it's better that they're wild and free and not inside my mum's kitchen. Oops. Look at the wood lice party, there's so many. So both coffee granules and cheap wool pellets seem to have been quite a success, so that's good. The hostas are looking really nice. However, I ran out of chili powder, so now we have madras powder, so it now smells like a curry down the shady alley, but it seems to be deterring the squirrels somewhat. You can still see they're digging up that bit, but I'll give another update in a few weeks' time to see how these are doing when they're fully in leaf. But I'm pretty impressed with how they look so far, so that's good. This is our front bed at the front of our house, and at the back we have something called an Abutilon. It's got these like red bell-like flowers with the yellow hanging at the bottom. It's really pretty. Unfortunately, snails like to eat the leaves, but it's doing really well in the sunshine. It needs support, so it's doing really well against the wall. We've got 2 roses here. This one's a pink rose. It's just about to open. Actually, I think it's a purple. And this one's a yellow. It's already open, so it's doing really well. These are wild Aquilegia. They have like these bell-like flowers that hang down. There's a pink and white one over there. So around them are wallflowers that I seeded 2 years ago that are doing really well. So got these yellow ones. This one hasn't quite flowered yet, but there's some red, some more orange, so really nice. The pansies, you see at the bottom here and there, they actually have self-seeded from previous hanging baskets in the past. So there's quite a lot going on in here. So what I'm going to do today, so you can see it needs quite a lot of weeding. So I'm going to weed, get rid of the grass. And I've noticed this on the patio. I think this is a self-seeded larkspur. So I'm going to see whether I can lift it and place it in the bed. It cannot grow there basically. So maybe I'll be able to rescue it, but it's self-seeded from larkspur that I grew last year. So you've always got to look out for these things. Often I let little seedlings grow a little bit to see whether they are something that previously I've planted. So hopefully I can. I'll see whether I can do that later. I'll give you an update. in a moment what I'm going to do is actually cut off some of these blooms. It seems a shame when they're still flowering at the end, but can you see all these seed pods? And what we don't want is the plant putting lots of energy into making seeds. We want it to carry on flowering. So I'm going to trim some of these off, and I'll probably put them inside in a vase so I can still enjoy the few flowers at the top, but it just stops it from setting to seed, which is what you really don't want. This is the baby buddleia, and there are some sea hollies in here that I'm going to try and transplant into pots, so I'll show you those later. And the larkspur did survive, so I've moved it here and watered it in, and the root came out intact, so hopefully it will grow there nicely in front of this rose. So what we've got here is actually a hoverfly. It's Latin. It doesn't actually have like a colloquial or common name, but it's called Volcella bombilans, and actually bombilans means bumblebee. And what this hoverfly is doing, which is a completely harmless fly, is it's mimicking an orange-tailed bumblebee, which has a sting in it, so that predators won't eat it. What you can see now are a couple of photos I took on my macro lens. I think it's recently pupated, which is why it's so drowsy, but it did allow me to take some really cool photos of it quite close up. And you can just tell, like, the back end looks like a bumblebee, but the front end, the eyes and the antenna are very much more like a fly. And so it's just a type of hoverfly pretending to be a bumblebee, which is amazing. So this is a relatively old project. Under here are various slabs, and what I did is it's going to get quite dry here, it gets sun most of the day, so I planted these sedums. I think there's about 4 different varieties. There's this one with like coppery brown, there's the green one, now the coppery brown one might just be the green one with a deficiency, there's this one which has yellow flowers, and there's this one which has like really nice purple and green foliage, but it's kind of taken over, and what you can see is actually, it's completely, I can't even see these middle things, they're taken over. I quite like it. We don't really use the slabs. I might just clear a little bit of it away. I've got rid of all the weeds that are growing in it. Yeah, there are also quite a lot of different Sepavinums. So there's this one with the black tips, and there's this one which is like a red, get myself out of the way, the red one, and I think there's one in the middle of here. You can just about spot it. So I might try and move some more Sepavinums out here as well, but the sedums have taken over, and they do look good, and they're really good in arid environments. So if you've got a garden that's quite arid, there's no harm in growing these kind of succulent plants outside. You can see these are good for arid environments. They store the water inside their leaves. If you've got an arid garden, look into sedums and Sepavinums. They're good. Good coverage, as you can see. Like underneath there, it's actually, you can be able to see it. There is a slab under there somewhere. Oh, you can just about see it in there. So it's produced a complete mat over it. So not quite what we're planning, but I'll clear those out and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. And now we can just see there's 3 slabs at the back, 2 slabs at the front. And the one on the left we probably pulled a little bit too much out of, but it should probably recover. I'm still watering the garden quite regularly, so it should be fine. Next door to this are African daylilies, and they're really cool. These are another freebie from my mum. She gave me a cutting, about 5 cuttings from hers, and what happens is, can you see these ones are in the shade at the moment, so they're closed, and these are in the sun and they're open, and they do that, and they're really hardy here. They're really good as long as they're somewhere relatively warm where they get quite a lot of sun. They do really well, so they're brilliant. This is a beautiful Aquilegia or columbine with doubles. It's gorgeous. I did buy that one. That's not a self-seeded one. The tall thing growing at the back, this thing's campanula, so hopefully that will flower soon. I think it's got blue bell-like flowers. These are some daffodils that have kind of gone over. And these is a bluebell that's gone over. And I think I've got some more campanulas at the front. And I think, I can't remember what you are, but I think it's got a red spike-like flower. So maybe I'll remember when it starts flowering what it is. I've got some hellebores in a pot. They act to stop my hose from taking out all of my plants. So it's quite clever. But yeah, so that's basically what's in this front bed here. Thank you for watching my little update. more videos to come. And thank you to all the subscribers and people that hit like. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for following our little garden. Have a lovely day.